Hi everyone, it's me, Krylios, Team Racing Productions MC and producer. And joining me today, we have the lovely Olivia Miles. Welcome.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Hello, Olivia. How are you today?
I'm feeling good, feeling great. It's beautiful outside, so that's just making me feel even better.
Yes, it does. Same for me too. I'm loving it. It's a beautiful day. Spring is
Hmm.
finally here
I love
in
it.
the full force. We can feel the summer around the corner. So it is great to be here. And it's great to be here with you today, Olivia. And what we like to do to start off here is just have our guests introduce themselves and let our audience know a little bit about them, their background and experience, and what they do. So kick it off for me, please.
All right, thank you so much, Kylios. So glad to be here with you too. My name is Olivia Miles. I am local to DC. Here, I am a filmmaker and film worker. So I work around a lot of different sets here that come to the DMV. I'm also a filmmaker on my own terms. I write scripts. I direct. I'm currently working on my first short film right now, like my first serious project called The Before. So that's been, really heavy on what my background is right now, just a lot of heavy production work. Outside of that, I've been here, the DMV area, for about 6 years now. Been here since 2016. Came down here for college. I am a Howard grad, so HU,
HU,
you
you
know,
know. I
you
love it.
know. Yes. So yeah, I love DC. I love it here. I love the work that I've been able to find here, the work that I've been able to do here. Yeah, so I'm just a creator in a lot of different ways, but my main medium is film.
I love that. I love that. It is always great to speak with a fellow creative. Tell me, how long have you known that, this is what you wanted to do? You wanted to be in film, you wanted to create, you wanted to tell stories.
Oh man, this can really go far back. I would say where it started with at least film for me. I used to act. I grew up acting. So at least from
Mhm.
the age of 4 to maybe about high school, I was acting pretty seriously. Like for a little bit, I'd even went to LA as a kid. So I auditioned for commercials. I mostly did a
Oh.
lot of theater. So I have a lot of acting in my background. So I was always like, yeah, I want to be in show business in some type of way. Fast forward to college, I actually initially went to Howard as a broadcast journalism major. And that was when I really wasn't sure. I knew I wanted to go in show business somehow, but I wasn't really sure which direction I wanted to go. 2 years into that program, I found out I really just didn't like it. And I ended up taking my first media production class where I was able to make, where I was producing, writing, and directing my very first little short documentary. It was called Bald is the New Black. And at the
Mhm.
time, I was rocking a shortcut at the time. And so I was looking for different queer people who were also rocking a shortcut. And I just really loved the process of
Mhm.
that whole production. And I was like, I love this. I love being able to have this control over something and be able to turn my ideas into reality. So
Mhm.
that's when I decided to make that switch. I switched my major to film and TV. And I knew it was the right thing for me because a whole bunch of opportunities started pouring in as soon as I changed. So um,
Mhm.
with that, I've just been creating as much as I can. I minored in graphic design, so I do a lot of my own graphics for my own work. I freelance as a graphic designer as well. So I feel like I started getting full gear into this film worker freelancer stuff probably in the last 3 years, especially since the
Mhm.
pandemic hit. But yeah, it really all does stem back to little me wanting to be a movie star.
I love it. I love it. And something that you touched on, because I was a broadcast journalism major at Howard as well, School of C come
Wow.
through.
Oh, okay.
Listen, and I will say it could have started around my sophomore year or so, but in that process, I did realize that my writing was English with a very, very specific focus on fiction writing,
Mhm.
right? And it was doing that I realized that I really wanted to do that way more than what I was doing in my journalism major. And I didn't make the switch because I still had the English minor to just keep me through and, really allow me to be as passionate as I wanted to create as much. There was so much freedom I had from that. And I like how you brought up media production too, because the media production course, that was what I was like, oh, baby, I live for that. I low-key almost switched to film and TV because of that course, but I stayed the course, did the broadcast journalism. I'll be able to do everything. Look at me now. I'm journalism right now.
Exactly. And I'm really grateful for even having that broadcast journalism experience, because still at the time I was like doing stand-ups for like different things I was reporting on. But what it came down for me was like, do I feel like I'm a nosy person? Like, do I feel like I want to take that extra step to find out this extra information? And I couldn't find that. I don't think I have that inside, but I have it inside me to create. I have a bunch of ideas that are fictional that I'd love to bring to life. So that was a big motivator for me to make that switch.
Definitely. You touched on something I connect with so much. It was the going out, to really be nosy, got to meet the people, got to ask them the questions. And, I always grew up thinking like it was something, to report, whatever. But like actually doing that, I was like, we're telling other people's stories, which is great, which I do like doing, but I also like creating and telling the stories in a more creative way. You know what I mean? Journalism is very, regimented, we're sticking to this. This is what this is. And when AP style changes next year, this is the new shows that you've got to do. So it's very that. Now talk to me about this short film that you are working on, because I'm very, very excited about it. Tell the people what it's called and, about it.
Got you. So my short film is titled The Before. It's been a project I've been working on about late 2019 to early 2020, back when I was still an undergrad at Howard. Essentially, the log line is when Cecily finds a mysterious photo album full of pictures of them and a person they do not know. They find themselves in a cross-dimensional love triangle. Ooh. So yeah, it is a Black lesbian polyamorous love story. So essentially, we see our protagonist Cecily is moving out of their apartment. Upon moving out of their apartment, they find this photo album full of pictures of them and this mystery person. Clearly, them and this mystery person have something intimate going on. But it's like, who is this person in these pictures? Yeah. I've never seen these pictures. I wasn't present for these pictures, but that's clearly me in that photo. So of course, this bombards their mind. They're like, okay, who is this person? Who is this person? All the while, though, they're moving out of their current apartment to go live with their girlfriend, June. They're moving in with their girlfriend, June. This is a huge milestone for them. June being the very spiritually inclined person that she is. She's into astrology. She's into tarot. She's into Greek mythology. She's like, I think we should take it upon ourselves to go visit a medium to kind of tell us what direction we're going in. To which Cecily agrees. And they end up going. Cecily ends up bringing up these pictures, to which the madam is her name, the psychic, tells Cecily, this is just a past lover from a past life. Maybe you shouldn't dwell on it too much and keep it pushing as you are in a current relationship right now. Fast forward, we actually end up seeing Cecily meet Carter, and we see that kind of unfold into this messy affair. But it's ultimately a story around fate that connects those pictures that we first found to the coupling that we start to see between both Cecily and June and Cecily and Carter. And we kind of see that develop. And it's ultimately a story about fate, how these pictures were essentially a photo of their past love always being what it was and it continuing into the now. So it's a little gay, messy story about fate.
I love it. Those are my favorite stories, gay, messy stories, and fate. Oh my God. Yes, we gotta have that. Got
you.
I love that. And I'm fully aware that you are currently, opening yourself up to some crowdfunding. Yes. And so I want you to talk about that and how people out there can help and, support the arts.
Yes. Thank you so much. So yes, we have just started crowdfunding. Our crowdfund went up about last week. So we're currently raising funds. Our budget's capped at like 18K, but most of our funds are going to pay our beautiful cast and crew for their time and effort. We ain't rich, we ain't these big studios, we ain't got it like that. But I do believe in people and paying people for their work. So that's what the money is mostly going to. In the meantime, we've been trying to throw crowdfunding events. One is actually coming up this Thursday on Cinco de Mayo. There will be a huge crowdfunding event at As You Are Bar here in Southeast DC. It'll be a drink to donate kind of event. There will be a special drink menu. All of the drinks will be named after the characters. So there are 3 different drinks named the Cecily, the June, and the Carter. So named after our 3 main characters. You come in, you order any, and the proceeds go directly to the film. There will also be an opportunity for a raffle for a swag basket, courtesy of As You Are. They will be gifting the before a raffle basket full of swag, including a bottle. So people could come in and buy tickets ranging from $5 to $20. You get your swag, and we get the donations. So it's really all a good thing. So you're gonna come and have some fun, and you're gonna be able to donate to the film. We also have, like I said, our Indiegogo page. I know that you guys have the link, so make sure you go and click that and donate. On the Indiegogo page, you can learn a bunch more. There's an unofficial trailer, including a little tidbit for me about why this film is so important to me. There's some more background on the creators, so me and my producer, as well as my director of photography. I also find a little bit more just kind of why we're making the before. And so I'll kind of get into that now, is that the before for me was really, really important, specifically because of the timing. When I was going into production at the time, that's when COVID hit. My first weekend of shooting was literally the weekend everything shut down. So March 14, 15, 16, those are my first shooting dates. And that's when everything, went downhill in regards to COVID. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to finish. So the before to me is really like a gift to my undergraduate self to really finish this out and kind of, get my idea from about under me. This was going to be the first production where I had the proper amount of help when in regards to a crew, in regards to like costs and everything. I was going to have that, and I was really excited about it. So of course I was disappointed when it wasn't, able to fully come through. So this is just kind of my stand-up moment. This is me, giving this to myself, rewarding myself for this, because 2 years ago I was like not in a good place when it came to this film. I was just really just down about not being able to make it. So I feel as if I owe myself this. So that's really like where my will is really coming from for this movie, But outside of that, this movie to me is a big like representation thing. I live a very Black queer lifestyle with my Black queer community. And I feel like a lot of the mainstream Black films that we've seen, though absolutely amazing, always center trauma. And I really want to move away from that. Like I said, movies like Moonlight, absolutely amazing. I loved it. Barry Jenkins is a genius. However, it's still a very like traumatic coming out story about Chiron, for real. And though beautifully done, I want my stories to focus on, we've already went through the coming out. That's already behind us.
Yeah, that's done. We're done.
We're done. We're here, we're queer, and we finna talk about it. We're gonna be about it and live it, So, and to me, that's so normal. But apparently it's not so normal to everybody else. So I want to make it normal by just kind of putting this on display and not having it be about homophobia, transphobia right then and there, because unfortunately, a lot of us already have to deal with that in our regular lives. And sometimes we need a bit of escapism. And so we can have an escapism that doesn't involve trauma and doesn't involve maybe inappropriate relationships. But this is just some good Black queer mess.
I love it. And you know what? Here's the truth. Trauma is a part of our experience, yes, but there are so many other things that make up our experiences. I'm from Jamaica, where being queer is very much not the tea. It's just not the tea. And since I came to America, and I've been at Howard, and I've been living my life afterwards and everything, my being queer isn't even something I need to think about. No, I just live a full queer, authentic life. I surround myself with queer people, with Black queer people, with open-minded people, with whatever. So I don't walk in my daily life like getting homophobia against, you know what I mean? Like, that's not my experience, I've had that experience before, but it's no longer my experience. There's a lot of joy that I have with friends and family around. There's a lot of joy that I have from the love, I've been able to found. There's a lot of joy, and there are other things that really make up that queer experience, and why we are happy to celebrate it, and why we're happy to show the girls, baby, this is what the Black queers do, honey. You know what I mean? There are many reasons to be happy, and so those stories definitely have to be told. They have to be shared so that we are seen in our full whole self. That's so important.
Exactly. And I get why the mainstream movies about trauma are mainstream, because they're to garner sympathy from like cis heterosexual folk, and that's all good and dandy, because of course we don't want folk to be homophobic. But I think we can still have these straight viewers if we want them. I don't really care, but if we need the straight viewers, I think we can still grab people by just showing authentic queerness on screen, But for me, I'm not after the straight viewers. This movie right here, this movie's for the gays. This movie is for my people. This movie is for folks like me out there. This movie is not not for straight people. If you're straight and you watch it, great. Go ahead. More power to you. But it's not made for y'all. It's made for the people who are in it. We're going to see valid representations throughout the movie. My cast, my full cast and crew is Black. Let's start there. Everybody a part of my cast specifically is queer. Either they identify as non-binary or they're trans. So that's like really, really important to me, having that type of representation on a regular basis. And, it wasn't too hard to even try to seek out those kinds of things, because that's just the community I keep around.
Yes. I love that. I love that. And I love and appreciate that. When I'm looking forward to seeing you in a couple weeks. In a couple weeks. At my play, Leave the Door Open. And one of the things about that was, I remembered when I first brought the script forward, and I brought it to the director and the producer of Garcia's Black Box Theater. And, they're two, older white men. They're in their 70s and they're white, And I've seen some of the plays they've done and put on, Vietnam War, stuff like that, things to their experiences. And when I brought this forward, in my head, I was a little tentative at first, like, oh, this, it's a gay story. It's a very queer thing, the only white character in there. Spoiler alert. Well, I won't give away too much about it, but let's just say, he's not the best. He's not. He's not. And it deals with race, and it deals with a gay relationship that's it's on the edge. We don't know where it's going to go. And I really thought, how are they gonna vibe with this? Am I gonna be able to get actors? Like, what's the tea going to be? And I was a little surprised, but very pleased that didn't seem to. They were very interested in it. The fact that I don't think it was something that they've ever had to like do before, or be a part of before, or be involved with before. So it's something very new for them, still giving people adventures, even, even in their 70s, always something new to do, always a new adventure. And I'm looking forward to seeing you there in person, and we can have like this Kiki in real life. I'm so much looking forward to it.
I'm so excited for that. You don't even understand. Me and my friends are just talking about it. So yeah, we gonna be there. It's gonna be great. I'm really excited.
Thank you. I love that. Well, here's what we want to do. We want everyone to make sure that they can follow you, keep up with you, and of course, give some money, help with the crowdfunding, and see you at As You Are Bar. So please let everyone know how they can follow you and keep up with you.
Yes. So to keep up with The Before, make sure you follow us on Instagram at The Before the Film, and on Twitter at The Before Film. You can visit our website at thebeforethefilm.com. You can keep up with me at Avalo Salem. That's my first name, last name backwards for any of those curious about that. But you can follow me at that on Instagram or Twitter to keep up with me personally. But right now, look, gonna let y'all know I'm flooding my feeds with nothing but the before. So that's all you're gonna see. So as long as you're following one of the before Instagram or Twitter, you're gonna know about what I'm on. Come see me at As You Are Bar this Cinco de Mayo from 7 to midnight. We're going to have a good time. We're going to buy lots of drinks. We're going to crowdfund. We're going to dance. We're going to party. It's going to be a really, really good time. Yeah.
I
I think that's
love
it.
it. I love it. I love it. And everyone, please remember the link to the link will be in the description below. So please go ahead and click it and support wonderful, beautiful Black queer art. Olivia, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been such a pleasure to get to chat with you. You have this fabulous Kiki. And once again, just get to speak to a like-minded soul. Thanks so much for being here. I really enjoyed this.
Thank you so much for having me, Krylios.
Thank you. Those watching, please follow Team Racine Productions at Team Racine on all forms of social media. Click around our YouTube channel and see all the videos that we have there, interviews, vlogs, forums, and more. Check it out, see what fun we have in store for you. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. But most of all, thank you for watching. Bye, everyone.